Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Redux version. I'm your host, College Fade. It's episode 9. We are at the Tira Bait residence. And Sela has a little ding. Just gonna fix that. I might not need to do that. My character is under fatigue, so we're gonna need to rest soon anyway. So let's forge ahead. And check this box. And what am I doing here? I'm all out of buffs. Okay. Well, maybe inside the Tira Bait residence we can get a rest, depending on who we have to fight here. Entranced fighter. Okay. Go, Finian. Oh, Finian did a great job there. Nice. 11 damage. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, no. Get up here before you do that. Holy Moses. Oh, it's that guy. I hate those guys. Okay. We're going to fire off a couple of those. And pick up some loot. And everybody's fatigued now, which is no surprise. Okay. Maybe we can just camp right here. Let's see. How do I have my group set up? I have you way too far back. Okay. Here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to go like this. You got to be up closer so you can heal people, bud. That's the thing. And I want to make sure... Yeah, I don't have anybody doing what they're supposed to do here. She's got the best at protective rituals. Who is the best at camouflage? Me. So that means I need Camellia doing the second night switch. And the best cook is going to be, that's her or me or Darren, but he's scroll scribing. Let's have him do that because nobody's actually going to be scroll scribing. So, and he will make seasoned wings and thighs. Ooh, don't those sound good? All right. Our little bit of rest here. And off we go. Failed to camouflage the camp, but nobody attacked. So, we like that. And that means you can buff. And here we are inside. Oops, there's a trap. Okay. There could be people on the other side of this wall, so I'm going to do this. There is, in fact, but he didn't trigger. Good. Okay, so I'm going to turn everybody's off except for you. That way you're not running into combat. Oh, he's not. He's got a... You only have to worry about that when they have a melee weapon in hand, and you don't want them. You don't want your clerics rushing into battle. Stay out of the way. Let the heavy hitters do it. She's trying to sneak her way in there. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Everybody on this one. Sela, who are you swinging at here? Ah. Come on now. Dang it. What are you doing? Ah, you dummy. Tried to get away. Okay, now he's got to stand back up. Get out of the way. I want you to buff with that. I want you to hit me again. And I need you guys to get the succubus. What are you doing? You land, yeah. Take an extra chance here. And perfect strike her. Hit her. With Finian, hit him. Oh, come on. Someone get him. Dang it. Oh, no. So bad she pulled that off there. Oh, Sela. That you can give her a perk that'll cause her not to take an attack of opportunity. Dang it. Oh my gosh, you guys are really sucking. Okay, she turned around finally. Alright, quickly do this. Pull this off, give some people some extra hits, an extra point. Maybe it makes a difference. This is going on forever here. Somebody kill that succubus. Bane it, see if that helps. What are you doing? There you go. Wow, that was something else. Okay, that's probably the longest that ever took to kill her. It's funny. Oh, and we get some stuff. Cloak of Disguise. Whoa, what is that? It's a +1 and it grants a bonus to stealth checks. Wow, okay. Well, I'm going to wear it for the +1. A +1 rapier, which is probably not as good as her cold iron one because demons. So you can stick this over here and say, well, if we want, you can switch it around when you need to, but I'm never that studious about that kind of stuff. Okay. Tira Bait residence. Nothing else. Well then. Just a little action is all. Heal ourselves. Look at the map. There's nothing else here. At least there shouldn't be. There is simply the exit. Okay, well. We're getting close to being able to make the assault on the Grey Garrison as soon as we finish all our questy do's here. There's still the Tower of Estrod, I believe. Yep. Okay. Because what's left? There is the Burned City. Discuss the Grey Garrison attack plan. There's restoring the Broken Buckle, which we need 5 magical vial essences. Storyteller 6 notes, but these can't end this chapter, so it doesn't matter. Days of Strife. Okay. Oh, we need to ask the priest at Defender's Heart. It'll grab a little bit of experience. Okay. Help the Crusaders attack the Grey Garrison. Spy among our mists. Alright, so this is the Tower of Estrod thing. And she's got a negative level. 22 hours it'll be over. Which means what I'm going to do is just head for the Defender's Heart. Because we have to talk to that priest anyways. And it's worth a few experience points, which might be enough to cause us to level up. And then we can come down and do the Tower of Estrod. Sure, let's fight. What the heck? Why not? Loot? Oh no, it'll be spiders? Is that what you said? Oh my gosh. You kidding me? Okay. Alright. Just gonna buff myself because we're about to make it home anyway, so. Alright.
Let's have some fun.
Who's gonna make us out here first? The bug? The bloatfly. Yeah, baby. Hey. Not much experience for all of that, but take what we can. And march our way forward. Failed to sneak past enemies, now we have to fight.
isn't that boring after all.
Okay, do we have anybody behind us? No, just those bozos? Okay, you shoot him. He's an illusionist. You shoot him. And I'm gonna go over there towards that person, and then everybody else can whack this guy.
Did you see that?
Oh my goodness. That was brilliant. Okay. Alright, onward. Be able to sell loot too, which will give us a good chance before we go to the Tower Estrod. Be a little more empty. The Grey Garrison. The Grey Garrison is a nice, big... I mean, we've seen part of it before, but most of the doors were closed. I like it. It's a pretty big dungeonous area the second time through. It's a lot of fun, in my opinion. And it works as a nice dungeon right before you launch into Act 2 and the Crusade kicks in. If your character is repeatedly missing, try turning off power attack. It says, yeah, that's why I tend not to grab power attack. Especially because so many of the characters in this game have, so many of the enemies have such high AC. I feel like it's more important to be able to hit and do damage than not hit and not do extra damage. Alright, so the priest is over here, and then I'm going to do some selling and rearranging. Vesely Rathimus. Whenever I sleep outside the walls of the Defender's Heart, I'm plagued by terrible dreams. Can you help me? You look tired, but otherwise entirely healthy. If we were anywhere else, I would simply tell you to get some rest. Alright, so anyways. The wound is a rift between Galarian and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite to our world. It feeds on Galarian. So it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the world wound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. But we are trained to help you with this affliction. By the will of Abadar, I have consecrated an altar here. The God's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting thoughts during rest. So if you find your nerves afraid, seek out a holy place like this, approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. Let's see what he spelled. So that's how they handle the in-game story thing of you get abyssal corruption when you rest outside the Defender's Heart, but you get it there. There's Diamond Dust. I'm going to grab all of those. This is the playthrough of the game where I'm going to try very, very hard to play it legit without Toy Box at all, granting me. The only thing I ever use Toy Box for is this. Diamond Dust and Diamonds, so that I can cast resurrection spells and stone skins and stuff like that. We're going to grab a scribe scroll kit. Actually, the first two probably. That's the only thing I really want to do is be able to scribe scrolls. And then I don't think he has any diamonds. He doesn't. He has some scrolls of restoration, but those aren't as big of a deal. Lesser extend metamagic. Metamagic rogs can be really nice. In fact, first couple times I played the game, and especially in Kingmaker, I did spend some time investing in metamagic points, but I don't really like losing higher level spell slots so that I can metamagic a lower level spell. So I think the rods are really the superior way to deal with it, because you don't need to actually use them very often. I think it's better just to have your straight up spells. So we're going to sell all that jazz, rest, and then we'll head out. All right, we have memorized spells and we've rested and all that jazz, and we're ready to go again. We're going to go down to the Tower of Estrod, and I have swapped out Camellia for Nenio because I want to start using Nenio. I like to have Nenio quite a bit more than Camellia. Nenio doesn't become a very powerful character until later, at least for me, but because the way I choose to use her, I set her up as a evoker and conjurer as kind of a dual role, and she ends up rocking that pretty hard later, which is pretty nice. Okay, 1 minute per level. Turn that on. You give us some of these. Alright, let's go. And we get the spirits. Canavras burns, the city that never should have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see the light in you. We will stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. I hear the echo of a familiar voice. I feel the warmth of my kindred flame. My brother, we will help you. Alright. Angelic aspect. Excellent, we get this. This is nice. You take on the aspect of an angelic being, including some of its physical characteristics. It's a nice buff spell that my character gets later. And so does Socio. You gain +2 deflection bonus to AC, and so does Nenio, in fact. +2 deflection bonus to AC and resistance bonus and saves against attacks made or effects created by evil creatures. Your natural weapons and any weapons you wield are considered good aligned for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Great buff to have. We're going to roll up here, and before I hit that spot, I'm going to do this. Do that.
Rules are made to be broken.
Everybody's got a deflection bonus, so that would be redundant. This is deflection bonus to AC. That would be redundant because this is deflection bonus to AC. So, no sense doing redundancies. Hey, stop. Who are you, Crusaders? Well. I was looking at a couple more Crusader heads to my collection and all. The demons bare their teeth at you, looking ravenous. Their mortal followers start to clamor for your blood, describing in detail the manner and order in which they will tear your body to pieces. Give me the one with the heavy thighs. Intimidate 21. Disgusting filth. Get out of here before I kill you all. And some of them actually run. Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of them ran. It seems that Kylus took all the most intimidating and bloodthirsty warriors with him. Only the cowardly rabble have remained behind with Faxon. Half of them quickly turned to flee the tower, with Faxon's rebuking profanities following them as they go. You should have run when you first saw me. The demons and Templars give answering howls to their leader and surge forward to attack. Yes, alright. Everybody go. Get that person. Okay, hold on. What the heck is going on here? Get over here. There we go. Get this thing. There we go. What do we have? Somebody coming up the back door here? Oh, geez. Okay. Sela, go kill that one. I will attack this. Victoria, attack this. Land, shoot that thing. You get away from there. Shoot that. And now Faxon's about to die. Oh, a fireball got in there. Well, we would do a little. And there's our experience gain. Okay. Scout out the tower, which we will do. There's a mobility check over here because I think there's some loot on this other side. That's not exactly what I wanted to have happen. You losers, you. You know what? Before we have to make another athletics check, let's just level up.
Missed me already.
Well, if you insist. Alright, let's do it. Sela. Where is she? She's got 3 levels of Slayer. That's all she needs. She's got some backstabby damage for a while. So now we get up here. We can give her Accomplished Sneak Attacker, which is very nice. She gets a little more damage, just like this one. She's a Spawn Slayer as well, but now she's just going to load up on Two-Handed Fighter. So there's an athletics check. We'll poke a couple more points. She's the chef, so we'll keep putting points in knowledge world. She gets the accomplished sneak attacker 2. And then she gets another one. Let's see. Armor focus. We already gave her heavy armor. Outflank. This is the one we want. You or an ally with this feat. All of our frontline fighters are going to end up with this. So it's a very nice one to have. I am Thessalonian Specialist. I need to get to 5 and then I'll get my next 2 Rogue Knife Masters. Next 2 levels of those. Alright, and then what do we do here? Let's see if I have the same thing. Die Hard's always a nice one to take. But Precise Strike, this one, Victoria's got this. You need a dexterity of 13 and it adds another 1d6 of precision damage when you smack something. So we're going to grab that. These are all things that are really nice to have early. And then we get our next, let's see. We've already got some spells here, level 2. Mirror Image being the most important one. But what we're going to grab is Blur and Sense Vitals. Those are nice buffs to have later on when you can have enough spells to actually use them and stack those on there. That gives you another 1d6. So you end up with like 4d6 if everything's going well. Get you that extra sneak attack damage. He's going to be an accomplished sneak attack damage. And then he's got all this sudden speed. He can spend a boost from his Kai pool to move. He can spend a boost to give himself some an enhancement or the true strike. I like to have that just in case I need to. I have a really tough opponent. Sometimes he's the only one that can hit him early in the game. Later on, other people do a really good job. We have our Oracle. Gonna level him up. And what I want to give him combat casting, but later on I think he can get an ability that makes it so that when he's healing people, I think it's a mythic ability, so when he heals people he doesn't create an attack of opportunity, so I don't really need to take that. So mostly what I do with him is you want to grab Die Hard and extra channels. I'm probably going to grab that extra channel right now and a Die Hard later. And then since he's he gets one more level 1 spell. This gives everybody this gives one person luck bonus to attack and weapon damage rolls for every 3 caster levels you have. That's a nice buff to have. And then at level 2, let's see. Protection against alignment communal blood. I actually have that one. It's nice if he can summon, but those little tiny summons aren't as big of a deal at the very beginning of the game like that. So these are the 2. Long as the target receives a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against fear and death. And this is a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against fear. This, and if it fails to save against fear, it re-rolls it. That's so weird. They're almost the same spell. Anytime the spell is in effect, the target can choose to end the spell and get a burst of healing. Yeah. Your movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Not a big deal. Hold persons. I'm just going to grab this. Remove paralysis is a nice one to have, but I'm just not going to be using this character very much. So that's the thing. Once you get a real cleric, you're like, okay, you Oracle boy who's really limited in what he can do. You're not going to be using very many managing devices there. Greater spell focus. So it's set up with illusion. We're going to change all of that. We're going to go evocation and conjuration. You get fireball and stinking cloud. Stinking cloud was nice early in the game when you're fighting a lot of cultists. It doesn't come in as much use later, but it is nice. And then of course haste, huge. We'll take the fireball later. What else is there? We need that for sure. What else do we have? And summon monster. There's a ton of spells. This is why I like having Nenio. Because as a classic wizard, she can take just tons of different useful spells in various situations. Like that. Alright. Oh, and then the athletic.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
You can push this column over there.
The mongrel did it.
I'm not entirely sure what that's for. I think it's supposed to be during the battle. But getting over there when there's already an enemy position here and these guys run over here really fast, it doesn't seem like it's... It seems like an idea that didn't get play tested, maybe. Maybe it does work, but I never really saw it as a viable option. It was more like, we got guys coming from behind, we got guys running up here, we're just gonna fight them. What do we have here? Push the column, that one's already pushed. Okay. I thought maybe there was a chest up there, but there's not. So. Alright, now what we need to do, really, oh, is there a chest up here? Is there some loot up here? Come on, guys. There's a trap. And then no chest. I always keep thinking there's loot up here, but there, I guess there's not. Okay. Inward we go. Inside. To the basement. And to the next fool who wants to bug us. Alright. In here. There's a room over here. With some lootage. There's a book. Angels. And then there's this, and he comes running out. This is pretty funny. Telmer, a pale and frightened half-elf looks at you warily. Hey, who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of relics. Did something happen? Get your hand off the Crusader relics. I'm not even going to give him a chance this time. I'm just going to pop him. Oh, he still does it anyways. He grabs all this stuff. No, I have valuable letters from Lord Xanther here. I must destroy them. And he starts eating them. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge as he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming. His face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of wet paper. His expressions veer from hilarious to grotesque as he signals to you for help. No! I want to read what it says. Spit that out. Want some salt or pepper with that? Now, I've never tried eating paper myself, but a little seasoning goes a long way, whatever the meal. Confiture. The perfect accompaniment for paper is apricot confiture. How do I know this? An excellent question. As a child, I once ate a piece of my exercise book in front of my horrid music teacher, to spite her. A worthy experiment. Incidentally, did you know that leather book covers, unlike paper pages, are not fully absorbed by the digestive tract? End the cultist torment by killing him. He shows up later if you don't kill him. So I decided this time I was going to kill him. Knucklehead. Masticated papers. Largely destroyed letter. Alright. There you go. Now let's go talk to the right people here. All this stuff. The helmet belonged to Bathis Sroshia, Paralector of the Order of the Gate. All these fancy things. Let's go in here. Where's the old man? Teldon. The old man, looking around absentmindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft and assured as they level a magic wand at you. Stay back! Which are you, robber or demon? I'm not here to hurt you. You. I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Alright. Why did the demons spare you? Demons? There have been no demons in this museum. I heard them breaking into the tower, but then everything went quiet. He's been fooled. He's been duped. What happened here? So first the bell started ringing, and then there were noises in the streets. Then the dragon Lady Tarundula began to roar. I went to lock the door, but they were already inside. The thieves. There were 7 of them, or perhaps 10. I don't remember. They were talking some rubbish about how they were all orphans, supposedly, and that they were dangerous. They grabbed me and wouldn't let me go. Then they looted the place. They took anything with even a lick of gold on it. Relics, too. That half-elf was a demon worshipper. What do you mean, demon worshipper? That fine young lad, so well-dressed, so polite? But he said the Crusaders. Oh, my word, the relics. We must go after them. Sorry, did you say something? What wand did the thief steal? The wand of Zechariah. This is important if you want to be the Lich path, which I'm actually doing now separately from this YouTube playthrough. I want to know how the Lich mythic path, say that 5 times fast. I want to know how it plays because they get an arcane spellbook and I want to combine it with the Eldritch Knight spellbook. So I'm doing that. I haven't got this far with that playthrough. So this is key. The wand of Zacharias, my master, is a great man, the hero in defense of the Lost Chapel. Those scoundrels took his wand. You have to go get the wand, and then you have to keep it and give it to Zacharias, and that pretty much puts you on the Lich mythic path that unlocks it. So, where can I find these robbers? I haven't the foggiest. They're thieves. They know out-of-the-way places where they won't be found. Tell me about the museum exhibits. Let's see. And he's got all this text that you can read. I'm not going to read everything. You said that the angels Targona and Lariel are twins, but how can angels have siblings? Oh yeah, and then he'll go into a big long explanation about that too. Anyway, are you alright? My old age, my friend. Old age and the poison of fear seeping into my mind. Both have turned me from a crusader and a battle mage into the sorriest specimen you can see before you. This museum is all I have. Okay, off you go to the Defender's Heart. Except he won't go, because he's a stubborn old man. But we'll loot everything anyways. All the minor loot that's fit to loot. Games do this, and I'm just not entirely sure why. Somebody thinks it's a good idea to have all that minor loot in there, and there's really only one quest in the whole game that actually makes use of it, and that's if you are on the Azada mythic path. You have to come up with a bunch of that stuff, and it's actually I actually found it so annoying that it was the only reason that I haven't wanted to complete my Azada playthrough or even try it again, because I found that quest to be entirely too annoying. And there we go. Grace of Peace. Oh, baby. And this is something that happens as the game gets the sound of you mechanically unlocking things. It gets stuck. So, yeah. Grace of Peace, Finian the Talking Weapon. This is a +1 cold iron cookie, deals an additional 2 damage against undead creatures. So, I'm just going to start dual wielding now. My attack's going to go down, but I don't care. I want both those weapons. Actually, how much of a difference is it? If I don't use Finian, if I put him over here, how much of a difference? It's +8. I'll keep that. We'll keep using one weapon for now, right now, but we're going to use that undead one in case we run into ghouls. Yeah, so now I can hear it. It's still going. Creep. It's funny. Yeah, that's a fire and forget line of code that somehow got stuck in a loop. So there's the counterfeit Derek Sunhammer's jewelry. Counterfeit. And Lady Calandra's chain shirt. +2 mithril chain shirt. That might be an upgrade for him. He's got an adamantine chainmail on. Let's see, and he's got that should give him one more because it's got +6 dexterity and he's got 3. And there's nobody else that can really wear it. So we have a whole bunch of people that can't wear armor, which is kind of funny. Oh, right, and I had full plate. That should be an upgrade for you. It is to 21. Okay. And this is breastplate +1, which is lower. So, okay. Ready to keep trucking on ahead. So, let's see. Tell Erebeth about the victory at the Tower of Estrod. Gather allies. You know what? I'm not entirely sure how you actually complete that quest. I've never been able to do it. I don't know who you're supposed to be able to get that causes that to complete. Don't be doing that. It's weird how the game will pop. You click it in this area and it tries to put people up in places where they can't go, or force them to walk around to get there. You brought us back to waking greetings. Who are you? Not who, what? We are memories. This place was created as a cradle of memory and fantasy. The things that belonged to the city's heroes were kept here. People used to come to this place to remember those heroes. And myself and the others are living memories. You woke us, so here we are. I used to come here when the mood took me. The exhibits here are meager, no doubt, and cannot compete with the museums of the capital. But all the same, I find this place to be a calming refuge away from the bustling city. So memories of who? Of the heroes the city wished to immortalize. Go, touch a memory, see how they remembered us. After that, this place was created so that our names would never disappear in the midst of history. Alright, well. Off. Why did you help me? I sensed something in you. As if you are close to me somehow, like we stood shoulder to shoulder once in the face of evil, and that we must do so again. I sense that light dwells within you. Very recently, you were threatened by a powerful demon, and dark bloodlust tried to enslave your soul, but you opposed it and held fast. Continue to follow the path of light, and other righteous souls will aid you in following. Farewell. What happens? Yeah, okay. Well then. Oh yeah, so there's the touching. Seat of grief, a view of the infamous Heaven's Edge estate. Yeah. It says, world long gone. So I've never actually gone through and touched all these. I was curious if any of them cause like a moment of XP to spill out, but nope. It just tells you the story of all this stuff. So. The story of the world of Galarian and the heroes of Canabras. Alright, so the Tower of Estrod. So we're going to be able to get back up here. And the Grey Garrison will be the next episode. Which will be fun. Good times were had by all. So close to Act 2. Excellent. Excellent, I say. And then we get to incorporate the Crusade management, which is actually not too bad on the march to Dresden. I like it in Act 2. I don't like it. It's just that I can tolerate it in Act 2 because it's pretty straightforward. It's just build a little army, march up to Dresden, take the city. It's when it gets into Act 3 and Act 5 that it gets a little bit more annoying in that you're constantly trying to build your army up to take demon armies out and grab forts at the same time. Periodically, they're sending armies to attack you. And unfortunately, you can't teleport your army around to the teleportation chambers in the other cities, which really stinks. So you can't move around fast. But we'll tell Erebeth. Let's rest first. And then we'll tell her. Because we're not going to make another level before we exit out of here. We'll make another level at the end of the Great Garrison. I do have scroll scribing on. Let's see. Scrolls of mirror image are the ones that I'm going after. Those are just because...
I hear you moaning sometimes in your sleep. It sounds so sad. Do you have bad dreams?
Firstly, Don't you dare eavesdrop on me while I'm sleeping ever again. And secondly, don't even think of pitying me.
Oh no. Moaning. Well. Yeah. But anyway, the mirror image, you know, you can only have so many of those. And it's the one spell that, even if it lasts for X number of minutes because of your level and stuff, it's the one spell that gets beat down because as enemies hit it, then it's no longer viable. So I like to have as many of those as I can, and having extra scrolls of it is really beneficial. Irabeth. All right. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canabras, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Iomide forgive my words. She casts a meaningful look at Count Arande, sitting at a nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish while the not-so-good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Oh, sister, that's real life, too. Trust me, I feel your pain. Even so, the Count did offer me his aid. He can't be all bad. Yes, that's not like him at all. Joining the crusade is a tradition among the Mendevian nobles, but Darren Arande was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. Just debauchery. The Count enjoys a life of leisure surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the queen at his command. He likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The queen was particularly affronted by it because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade-in-arms. I was there, receiving an assignment from Her Majesty, and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague on the Arande estate. Thank you for telling me this. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumbling. Watching these things happen in my city has put me in a foul mood. Well, this should cheer you up. The Tower of Estrod has been cleared of demons. Great! The places where the demons have gathered need to be cleared one by one. Then they won't be able to stab us in the back when we take the Grey Garrison. What's our strategy for that, by the way? I shall lead the rest of my forces in a frontal assault. This will distract the enemy enough to let you use the secret passage and reach the wardstone. Destroy it before the demons turn Iomede's gift into a weapon of the abyss. Most of the allies you've found will join my forces, but you can expect a certain amount of support from them. The problem with Desnans is that you never know what to expect from those daydreamers. Their honorable prior Ramian claims he's had a vision in which the goddess was putting demons to sleep. I'd like to hope it wasn't merely a dream. In these dark days, the most unlikely allies join forces to fight the common foe. All tieflings are treated with prejudice in Canabras, let alone the smugglers and the thieves of their kind. And yet, they are on our side, and I'll make sure their confrontation is not forgotten after the victory. I think they'll be of little use in open combat, but they'll help you spot secret doors and warn you about traps. Alright, what's our main objective? You heard what the demons said. They're going to desecrate the wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that, no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the abyss. Alright. I'm ready. As the story unfolds, you draw closer to events that have the power to change everything. Some quests and locations may become unavailable. Proceed when you are ready. Onward. To arms. Alright, this is the group I'm going to take. Do I want anybody else? Do I want Woljif instead of her? No, because she's got haste. Alright. So that's why I want to have the hasties for a couple of these fights. So that's where we're going to leave it. They're going to wander all the way out. And you can't actually stop this. It goes to Grey Garrison by itself. If you try to click stop, it won't work. We will go there no matter what. No matter what you want to do. We couldn't just transition straight from the Defender's Heart to the Grey Garrison. We had to show you walking across the city just because. I feel like it's my job to point these things out. Because they're design decisions that make you shake your head and say, why? Why did you do it that way? No wonder these games have bloated from being 40 and 60 hours to 100 hours of gameplay, right? Because developers are like, we need to pad this game so we can tell people it takes 100 hours to complete. That way they'll feel like they're getting their money's worth out of it. It's like, no. Back in the day, let me tell you what gaming was like in the early 1990s on a PC. If a game went 40 to 60 hours, that was long. That was really long. And you felt like you got your money out. I mean, 60 hours for Baldur's Gate 2. It felt like a really long game. And then we get past 2010 and we start to run into 100-hour-long Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're going to put the Odyssey back in the word Odyssey. It's like, oh my heaven. It's so long. And I feel like developers need to take a step back and realize that 100 hours of gameplay is not necessary, with very few exceptions. Now, it took me 90 to 100 hours to finish Elden Ring, and I thought that was a really good, well-balanced 90 to 100 hours. First of all, it didn't feel like 100 hours. It didn't feel like 95 hours or whatever it was. Because of the quality of the gameplay. But in a lot of these games, there's just padding. There's just padding after padding after padding. And I don't think games need to do that. So I think if, we're taught as novel writers to omit needless words. That's a famous phrase by Strunk & White, and Stephen King parrots that in his On Writing book. And for good reason, because needless words are just padding. And you can lean up your writing quite a bit by removing redundancy and omitting needless words. And I think video game designers need to take a page out of that book and omit needless padding. So when you can transition straight from the Defender's Heart to this screen, you probably should just do that. All right, sermon's over for today. Thanks, everybody, for watching. As always, if you dig it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave questions and comments down below. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are. I hope some of you are still playing along. We're going to crash through this thing, and we're going to have a lot of fun by the time we get to Act 5. See y'all next time.